Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be discussing, am I the a-hole? Not me, I'm lovably charming. Oh, Jake with his roasts. Such a scamp, and the goth community has such a good sense of humor about it. So we're going to be going through Reddit today and discussing some of the latest inputs, some of the latest entries into Am I the A-hole? Which is one of the largest situations of, guys, help me out here, where strangers on the internet let even more strangers on the internet weigh in on their dilemma. And far different to the game of influencer Am I the A-hole, where people just agree with their favorite one. This is all completely impartial, based entirely on the information given, which might be new to you guys, but stay with me here. And of course, with this anonymous impartialness, people often part with advice that is nothing short of brutal, because they are completely void of any consequences, so we can just get down to the cold hard facts, the things that need to be said. I've left the AC on in here because it's hot. It's always hot in here. And yes, I'm wearing shorts. Now, some of these situations that are posted to this Reddit forum are unanimous. Obviously, they are or aren't the a-hole, but some of them can be incredibly divisive, and hopefully we don't come across any of those today. Here's a new one with 2.3 thousand upvotes. Am I the a-hole for playing favorites with my grandkids and when confronted by my daughter-in-law, telling her that it's due to her? Let's get the context. This post is about my son and Amy, parentheses, my daughter-in-law. They have been married for about 10 years and have 2 kids. They are 10 and 6. At the beginning, I really tried to get along with her, but she made it difficult. She's not very sociable and always put her own mom overseeing her husband's side of the family. This is really apparent with holidays and the kids. She always chooses to go to her mom's for a holiday, even if I do it on an early day or late day. If I offer to babysit, she always tells me she asked her mom or she would get back to me. Now, it's okay to side with your own mother. Let's press on. The time I do babysit or get to hang out with the grandkids, she is criticizing everything I do. Usually saying that not how her mom or how she does it. Verbatim. At the beginning, my son was trying to fix this, but gave up. We see him separately from his wife and kids. I truly don't understand it, and I've asked if I did anything wrong, but no answer on that. Oh, I think I'm beginning to suspect something here. I gave up trying when my other son had kids. It is so much better, and I have a great relationship with my other daughter-in-law and the kids. The kids are 9, Ava, my step-granddaughter, in parentheses, and 4, grandson, parentheses. Parenthetical clarification. I gave my Ava a family necklace. That was my mother's. She loves it and has been wearing it everywhere according to my son. That also includes school, which started this issue. Here we go. My daughter-in-law called me up and asked why Ava got a family necklace, but her daughter, 10, did not get one. I told her I just wanted to give it to Ava. Oh, there we go. Giving short, unspecific answers in response to a question. How does your own medicine taste? She got angry. Oh dear, one rule for mother-in-law, it's another rule for you. And told me I was playing favorite and that her daughter is older, so she should have gotten the necklace. Well, maybe if grandmom was able to see her grandkids ever, maybe she would have gotten one. I know we live in the day and age of participation trophies, which is a trophy for nothing. But of course, mankind always finds a way to lower the bar even further where they don't even now show up and still want a trophy. I told her that yes, I am playing favorites, and it is due to her. Oh, I pointed out that I do not know her daughter because of her. That her kids will not be getting any of my family stuff because of her. Oh no. Accountability. A woman's worst nightmare.
That's right, ladies. Today, you will be taking accountability.
Hell no!
This was a huge argument. Yeah, I bet it was. This was a huge argument, and she called me some jerk, verbatim, and wanted me to give her kid a necklace. I'm doubting myself on this. Now, you're good. Your daughter-in-law is a bitch. But let's have a look at the responses here. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the vernacular that you find here on this thread, NTA means not the asshole, and YTA means you the asshole. We're just gonna read the top one here because it's 3,000 upvotes. Pretty much reiterating exactly how we're feeling about this. Not the asshole. What does she want you to do? Sue for grandparents' visitation rights? Oh wait, she wants to keep her kids away from you, but you have to still give them stuff. Yeah, exactly. I don't even want to be around you, but I still want everything that you give to people. I still want the benefits. I'd maybe talk to your son and say that you find it hurtful when his wife keeps the grandkids from you, but also demands gifts. For the daughter-in-law, I just ignore the greedy bits and respond to each gift grab with something like, well, it certainly would be nice to see the kids more. Do let me know when they're free to visit. No, don't be passive-aggressive anymore. Just go into it. That one was fun, though kind of obvious. Let's find one that's a little bit more divisive. Am I the asshole for asking someone with autism not to do something? Uh-oh. Click. I, 21 female, work at a bar. I've been working there for just over a year, and things are going pretty well. For some background, we have a couple who comes in almost every night. Most of the time, they are lovely. But when they get drunk, they become very disorderly, and water's wet. And don't be one of those people like, water's not wet, it makes other things wet. Right, so is fire not hot because it simply makes other things hot? Come on now. Water is the essence of wetness. And wetness is the essence of beauty. Timeless. Don't watch the second one. They disturb other tables and shout/sing loudly and even fall over chairs, etc. Parentheses, I have no idea why my manager still serves them drinks, but it's out of my control. It's because they buy drinks. Anyway, they came in a couple days ago on a sunny day, so they decided to sit outside. They brought a few of their family members, their daughter, and their daughter's son. Oh, so they're like elderly. That's super dope. Let them be nuts. They're grandparents. Now I'm just imagining like octogenarians tripping and stumbling over various bits of furniture, being like, oh, bloody hell, Margaret, someone's left a bloody chair on the table. And she's like, why are you even on the table? I needed a better view of the bar. It's too far away. Is anyone else picturing this? I love this. Let's continue. After their third or fourth round, I'm still thinking about it. The wife came in carrying lots of pieces of broken glass. It looked as though 5 glasses had smashed. I asked her to put it down as I didn't want her to get injured. She put it down, went outside, and came in with even more broken glasses. They'd started a new drinking game. Smash the glasses. You win. She said, oh, he's smashed some more. You just hear him out. There's this old guy out in the beer garden, just like, look how easy they are to break. His little mustache upturned. Do you know who I'm picturing? I'm picturing the pilot from The Mummy. Someone's got to spill their drink here. You know that guy? I wondered what was going on to have that many glasses smashed. So I went outside with my broom to clean up the rest and saw the young son stacking glasses up really, really high, and they were falling over. No one was doing anything to stop him, which I thought was weird. So for the next round, my manager told me to put their drinks in plastics, and then he can stack those and there's no risk of them breaking. Genius. But I can see where this is gonna snag. So I did just that. And the couple looked at me confused, so I explained why I'm not giving them glasses anymore. She got upset and said, he has autism. That's really insensitive. He doesn't know he's doing anything wrong. They do if you explain it to them. I was kind of over it at this point and sick of cleaning up glass, so I said, well, why isn't somebody watching him and telling him to be careful and not break other people's property? If he doesn't understand what's going on, broken glass can be very dangerous. He doesn't know what he's doing is wrong. Then tell him. She majorly kicked off and said she wanted to report me for not being tolerant to people with disabilities. But she was. Instead of kicking your ass out for non-parenting to a dangerous degree, she just replaced your glasses with plastics. You can still drink there. Other people would have been kicked out. You're allowed to stay! Just as she said that, the young son ran into our staff-only area, and I said, for health and safety reasons, he cannot be in there. Please ask him to leave that area. I do wonder at what point the parents would have to be involved with parenting in this situation. Would it be a White House situation? Pushing Joe Biden off his chair and being like, I'm president now! And the Secret Service have their guns aimed. The parents are like, no, you don't understand. He's autistic. He's allowed to do anything he wants. And the Secret Service are like, oh, sorry, we were unaware. Proceed. She said, I'm not going to ask him to do that. It will upset him. Oh, and here we get to the root of the problem. It becomes more inconvenient to the parents to do actual parenting. And this extent, do you know what? This has nothing to do with the fact that the kid has autism. This is beyond that. Because this kind of evasive parenting that parents do where they just like, I'm beyond being able to argue with this tiny little bastard, so I'm just gonna let him do whatever he wants. This has nothing to do with the kid. This is completely the parent's fault. None of this has been the kid's fault. The kid has autism. He has no idea what's going on. He needs guidance, and no one in his life is doing it for him. So he's just going nuts, as a kid does. As any kid would do if he was never told that he can't do something. Oh my God. You see it all the time. In fact, even if you don't see it, you can recognize a kid who's never been parented because their parents can't be bothered. So they just let the kid do whatever they want. And these kids ruin birthday parties. So instead of responding, I just decided to go up to him and say, "Hi, you can't be in here as it's staff only. Can you please leave for your safety?" Oh, how confrontational and inflammatory language. He left right away. No issues caused, but they were really upset. Yeah, this has nothing to do with the kid. Everything to do with his environment and his parents. No issues caused, but they were really upset that I was apparently disciplining and shouting at him. Well, if you're not gonna do it, someone else is gonna. And she did it in a super pleasant way. Now, every time she comes in, she gives me dirty looks and refuses to let me serve her. So, am I the a-hole? The top voted response has more upvotes than the OP. Not the asshole. Why is a drinking establishment making accommodation for any children in the first place? They don't belong around adults who are there to consume alcohol freely. And if they're destroying property and creating a safety hazard, why is management not asking the parents to take their disruptive child and leave? The OP responded. I guess I should have pointed out that I work behind the bar, but the establishment itself is a restaurant, so children are allowed in during the day. And as for management not doing anything, I have no clue why. But it's out of my control, which is pretty frustrating in situations like these. And here we go, someone perfectly parroting exactly what I just said. Not the asshole. The situation has nothing to do with autism. They simply didn't like that you were calling out their poor parenting and completely selfish, entitled behavior. Like I said, this has nothing to do with the kid, even less to do with autism, and entirely to do with how crap the parents are. Plastic was the perfect solution. They should have thanked you and apologized. Yes, but you're assuming that everybody has this wonderful thing called self-awareness. This is an NPC family. NPC family. Am I the asshole for pretty much telling my friend I told you so after he got in a car crash? We'll read this and we'll find out exactly what the details are, but I've come to realize that the phrase "I told you so" is always assumed in situations or catastrophes caused by the person who didn't take your advice. They know they should have listened. They're aware of the consequences of their actions most of the time, and they know that you told them not to do it. So saying "I told you so" doesn't help the situation. You should help the person because they're fully aware that you told them not to do the thing. Unless, of course, you don't like the person, in which case you can just say, "I told you so, you absolute idiot." They might be one of those people who occasionally come into your direct messages, your DMs, MSN, or whatever you kids are using these days, where they ask you if the decision they're about to make is as stupid as it sounds. And it is. It always is. But the thing is, they're not actually asking for your advice. And if you're not aware of this concept, allow me to save you several years of pain. Some people will ask you for advice on something that is clearly stupid. What they're actually doing is trying to see if you agree with their decision that they've already made. It's already been done. Ultimately, people are going to do whatever the hell they want to do, and they can take the sting off the consequences if they can A, find people to back them up in their decision so they don't feel like an idiot for making it in the first place, or B, they can find someone to blame it on. You never told me not to do this. So let's have a look at the context, shall we? I, 19 male, am the only one with a car. So this is probably the UK. We don't drive over here. So I was the one driving everyone around. I had a set of rules that everyone had issues with, such as seatbelts at the back too. I will be shocked if this isn't the UK. No eating/drinking, water accepted. No distracting me, parentheses, they would often try shoving their phones to me. And no blocking my blind spot by sitting weirdly, parentheses, I don't care if my car has blind spot monitoring, I prefer to check manually. Everyone constantly grilled me for my rules and made fun of me for following the law. Yes, I admit I miss my exit a quarter of the time, but I won't cut off other drivers or reverse just to save few minutes. Parentheses, an actual suggestion from them. One of my friends even said, if I had a car, I wouldn't drive like a grandma like you. Suffice to say, I was relieved when one of my friends finally got a car and could be the group driver. At first, everyone roasted me in group chats and real life, raving about how much more fun it was now that I wasn't driving. 5 months after getting his license and car, my friend told everyone in the group chat that he'd been in a car crash and his car was totaled. Yeah, I used to know these assholes. I used to know one called Luke, actually, and I still remember his second name, but I will not divulge that. He was one— oh, do you know what? Even more relevant, he was one of those whose parents never said no. Everyone has this friend. And if it's you, you're an asshole. But everyone had this friend who would scream and yell and swear at their parents. Their timid, kind, loving, providing parents. And this guy, Luke, whenever he turned like 17, because we can't drive at 16 here, got a car, crashed it immediately, got another car, totaled that one as well. And I think he got a total of 3 cars. I don't know if he's even still alive anymore. I still know his name. I could find out. He shared the dash cam footage and genuinely thought he wasn't at fault, calling the other driver a dumb, typical female driver. The footage showed him doing 75 kilometers an hour in a 50 kilometer an hour zone on a blind curve. The other driver was turning right, and he hit her at full speed. Instead of braking, he honked. For some reason, neither he nor the other driver got a ticket. I told him in the group chat that he was probably at fault, considering he was going 50% over the speed limit on a blind curve and just 100 meters from a 40 kilometer an hour school zone. Even if he had the right of way, insurance would deem him at fault due to his speed and slow reaction time. Wow, this person paid attention in driving class. Driving class. We don't have driving class. I know in America, like driver's ed is part of your school or something like that. We don't have that here. Driving is kind of rarely done. In a group of friends, only 1 or 2 will actually get a car, and that's done on your own time through privately owned driving schools, where they just stick you in a tiny car and you drive around on the road until you stop crashing. I told him not to send the footage to his insurance company. Of course, everyone in the chat called me a dumbass, and one of them said, "Bro, I live near that neighborhood. My brother goes 80 on that street. Everyone does. That lady was the idiot." Since the cop didn't ticket him and the group chat supported him, he sent the footage to his insurance company. What happened next? He was so confident that he started asking for suggestions on what new car to get once he received a fat paycheck. Your friends are assholes. Everyone got hyped and started browsing Auto Trader. Oh, Auto Trader. This is either Europe or the UK. A week later, he got the verdict from his provider. He was deemed 100% at fault. He also had the cheapest insurance plan, so his insurance company paid nothing to him and only covered the other driver. Even if they had paid him something, he wouldn't be able to afford insurance with his record as a young male. That's actually true. Men get worse insurance prices over here because we're trying to avoid female drivers all the time. Hey lady, why did you stop at a roundabout when there's no one on it? In the group chat, I responded with, "Laugh my ass off. Now you know why I drive like a grandma. Enjoy taking the bus." Everyone in the chat react with "damn" and the startled face emoji. He replied, "Rules are meant to be broken. I'm not a stickler like you. Everyone gets into a car crash." No, they don't. And if they do, it's not always their fault. Not the asshole. He was at fault, obviously. In fact, you don't even need this forum of yes men because the insurance company already deemed you correct. It's almost as if saying "I told you so" in the group chat and also proving his point through the insurance company was not enough. It wasn't tasty enough. Not enough flavor. Let's go to Reddit and see if we can shake a little more salt on this tasty dish of "I told you so." Where am I going with it? And between the dumb, typical female driver and rules are meant to be broken, I'm thinking that this was not just a crash, it was karma. By the way, karma doesn't exist. It's not real. Karma is one of those wonderful things that people like to assume about another person without assuming responsibility over anything. They think karma will get them without realizing that karma is actually just the results of your actions. It's the consequences of the things that you do. And if a person doesn't suffer karma that you think should, maybe they weren't the asshole in that situation. Food for thought. Well, these ones were easy. These ones weren't really thinkers, were they? Didn't have our hands in a pyramid pressed against our chin trying to think morally. Nope, these were obvious. Of course you're not the asshole. In fact, you might be the asshole for trying to find confirmation from strangers on things that you definitely were not the asshole for. More food for thought? Are you stuffed? I've been Jake Monroe again, And I had a great day today because I made it a great day, as should you. See you later, everybody.
Oh.